Hey you guys, welcome to my first ever YouTube crafting video. When I say you guys, I'm not sure exactly how many people I'm talking to. Could be I get 6 views, could be I get 4 views. I'm pretty sure that at least my mom will watch, so hi Mom. My name is Marlyn and this is my brand new crafting channel that I am calling Beautiful Bina Designs. I'm a longtime crafter, but relatively new to the world of card making. And when I started developing an interest in card making, I decided that I wanted to subscribe to a monthly kit. I was really interested in the concept of having the materials delivered to me. There'd sort of be a theme and some stamps and some dies and maybe some fun extras thrown in. I did my research, I looked around. I decided to sign up for My Monthly Hero with Hero Arts. So far I've received 2 kits. The video today is on the first one I received, which was February 2018, and it is called Spoken Bird. You can see with some of my samples setting out here that it was obviously a bird themed kit. I was a little bit disappointed to go on YouTube and learn that there weren't a ton of channels which offered inspiration for this particular kit. And so I thought, why not go ahead and do a card share? I'm not going to do process videos, but I thought maybe I'd share some of my cards and maybe I could give other crafters some ideas. They can borrow from me the way that I borrow from some of the crafters who inspire me. Huge shout out to Tina with Cards and Coffee Time. Love watching your videos. I watch them in my craft room by myself, but also with my 6-year-old son, and we love to make cards together. I'd love to share some funny stories about some of the videos that he and I have watched and some of the cute things he said. But at this point, I think I'm getting a little bit long-winded, so I am going to dive in and just share some of these cards that I've made with the February 2018 My Monthly Hero Spoken Bird card kit. This one is probably one of my favorites. These are the stamps and the dies from the kit. I did add throughout these some simple word dies that I have. Thanks, smile. That might be it. We'll see if we come across anything else. I also embellished many of these with embossing folders and here or there background dies as well. Here's one that was partially inspired by Tina. She used a rectangle frame, I think, if I remember correctly, and she used her branches a little bit differently, but I got that initial idea from her and built upon it. This is, again, using some dies from my stash, but I love that layered nest, that layered die, the bird's nest, and the kit came with those egg dies and all the birds that branch. Very, very cute. Here's another one where I used thanks from my stash and one of my embossing folders. I did add some details with some Nuvo White Blizzard drops, which I think are subtle and just beautiful. This one is really simple. I used some stamps and a couple of the dies from the kit. I added some Wink of Stella in the valley here. Very, very simple, popped it up with some foam, but really cute. And that little hey girlfriend, I know I have a lot of friends who would really enjoy receiving that. Here's another one, embossing folders, that smile die. Again, very simple. Some of those White Blizzard glitter, actually they're glitter Nuvo drops. Really subtle, adds a lot. What's the word? Some of these have little messages inside, and this one says tweet inside. Again, stamps from the kit, a few of my own dies like this simple scallop shape. Pop that up with some foam, and most of what you see here is included in the kit. I did add that purple color ink. That's from my stash. Another Hey Girlfriend with the valley here in the middle. I just used some different colored papers, tone on tone for those seagulls. Super cute. Really enjoyed making these. Very easy, but I do think that my friends would enjoy getting those in the mail. Spread your wings. Again, all I'm really adding are some simple dies. And you can use any shape for this. We all have, or at least most of us do, we have some shapes in our stash and some embossing folders. This is just a simple dotted polka dot embossing folder. Here's one where I did use a background die, and I used those White Blizzard Nouveau glitter drops in some of the open hearts to add some detail. That, oh, excuse me, I'm out of the frame. That smile die, again, most of us have word dies in our stash, so you may have something that would work for that. Congrats. Another one with this nest. Could that nest be any cuter? I just love it. So we'll be sending that off. I've got several cousins who have recently had children, and I'm excited to share some of these cards. This one I thought would be great for a guy. Very, very basic, simple, but impactful with that embossing folder and some of the layers. Not sure if you can tell on the video, but there's a little bit of a gradient to that scalloped die cut, and then some Wink of Stella over that black bird die. Here again, embossing folder, some of the stamps and dies from the kit, and a little bit of white acrylic paint mixed with water, splattered it on. I do think this background, I made that with some distress inks. So you may or may not be able to see it. It looks like you'd be able to see it on the video. There are some water drops back there as well. Just another hello card. You are one cool chick on the inside. Isn't that cute? Here we have another one. This was, I did mention, relatively new to card making. This was one of my absolute very first attempts. So there's some definite experimentation here, and this embossing, very first attempt at embossing, didn't go as well as I had hoped. I am getting better at it every day. But again, there's another one for my brand new family members, recently born cousins. Sending hugs, isn't that cute with these two little birds? Again, embossing folder, simple die cuts, easy to put together. I think anybody would like to receive that. Here's a square card, hello. Some distress inks again, ink blending, simple die cuts. I did add some sequins to this one, and it's in the shape of a square, which I thought would be fun to do something just a little bit different. The rest, I think I have 2 squares, and the rest are all standard A2 size. Here's another one with that valley, a little bit of a different configuration. You are one cool chick, and then I used some, I believe those are Mercury Nouveau crystal drops. Made a banner out of embossed paper, stamps from the kit. One more, this is just 2 layers. As far as the background, I did once again use one of my embossing folders. What I did for these cards, and here's another one very similar in design. What I did for these cards is I created a lot of the stamped and die cut birds and branches and eggs. I just had basically 2 little bowls full of die cuts. I enjoyed stamping them and cutting them out, and then once I had created many of those, I sat down and went to work turning them into embellishments on these cards. And finally, here is possibly my favorite card. Sending you sunshine with a little happy birthday in the background. I did use some tape to mask that area, and this is another idea that I borrowed from Tina at Cards and Coffee Time. Thank you so much for your videos, Tina. They really do inspire me. And for the 4 or 6 of you, or at least my mom, who's watching this today, thanks so much for checking out my cards. I hope they inspire you to make some great cards of your own. Have a great day.